I'm Aaron Dean, and you're watching the East Daily Download.
That's great. Let's do it.
Welcome to the East Daily Download.
This is the East Daily Download.
I'm Anissa Sakile with the East Daily Download.
This is the East Daily Download.
Welcome to the East Daily Download.
This is the East Daily Download.
That's right.
This is the East Daily Download.
So let's get started. Hello and welcome to the East Daily Download. Today's edition, we are west of 95. We are very far west of 95. We are in Boone, North Carolina, up in the mountains. I've got my family with me. We're getting ready to take a short little hike here at Laurel Creek Falls. We're really excited. We get to go see a waterfall. So stay tuned. We're going to take you guys with us. Check out this first story. We'll be back.
New Look Bouncing Party is one of many businesses that have been impacted by COVID-19. They had to shut down their storefront during different phases of reopening in North Carolina.
When it first happened, my world was like turned upside down.
Sheila Leggett and her husband own multiple businesses with New Look. When the Bouncing Party location had to close because of COVID, they figured they had a lot to fall back on.
So when it came and said, okay, the bouncy is gonna shut down, I'm like, that's fine, because, you know, I'm trusting in God, but then they hit my salon, and then I'm like, whew, then I got a little nervous, and then it hit the mobile detailing. Whew, and then I was like, you know something, the Lord had to strip everything from me in order for me to just give him my total trust and put everything in his hands.
They found ways to get creative while serving their customers and putting everyone's safety first.
We wore masks to protect ourselves from our customers and make sure, first of all, that we made sure that our customers were safe. We were able to do the outdoor rentals. We can bring them to your house and you can just do it for you and your family.
When Sheila heard that students wouldn't be able to walk across the stage for graduation, she reinvented her business yet again.
My son just graduated last year, and the only thing I've been thinking about from 4 up until 18 was going to his graduation.
The news was a huge blow to kids, but Sheila says graduation ceremonies aren't just about the students.
So to have that ripped from you as a parent and all the hard work and all you put in, you know, getting your kids, you know, in school and getting them through school, keeping them well-rounded, and that's the only thing that they're looking for and the parents are looking for.
Sheila gave more than 25 students and their families a platform to celebrate the huge accomplishment of graduation. Through it all, she says she has this community to thank.
I don't care what anybody has to say about Greenville, North Carolina. I love my community. They have poured back into our business for so long. I tell people we started out from ground up, and they helped us so much. And I tell people, they say your business, I said no, this business is a community business, because if it was not for the community, we would not be where we are today.
It's a 252 list race. It's going to establish the top 10 spots on the list. Ten of the fastest cars within the 252 area code that meet a specific set of rules. And it's a whole lot of work, a whole lot of time, and a whole lot of money. I started drag racing in 92 or 93. I was actually drag racing before I graduated high school. I always like horsepower, fast cars. Well, to turn into a drag race car here and to be competitive, I mean, you need a lot of horsepower. You need, good traction, at least somewhat driving skills, and just a lot of luck. I own a grading and demolition business here in town, and so we got bulldozers, excavators, and stuff like that. And people just started calling me bulldozer, and that kind of stuck, so we put it on the car. Man, we've been working on it all winter long. So it's been a project in the making. New motor, new transmission, new converter, but it's ready. How about that bulldozer?
If you're a parent who's providing an essential service and need childcare options, call our hotline today at 1-888-600-1685. We'll help you find the childcare you need. Brought to you by the Martin Pitt Partnership for Children.
We are here at the start of our hike to Laurel Creek Falls, which is also called Trash Can Falls, here in Boone, North Carolina. Please remember to check us out on Facebook and Instagram. You can also find the show at WNCT.com under the download tab. For now, I'm going to let you check out this next story. We're going to start this hike, and I'll see you in a little bit.
You guys have a safety around water program at the YMCA. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, the Safety Around Water program, about 5 years ago, the YMCA kind of went through a little bit of a change, and that was typically when you're doing swimming lessons, you do swim lessons based on stroke development. And one of the things that really needs to change, it's awkward to teach a young person how to swim based on stroke development when they are afraid of the water. And so the YMCA and the American Red Cross, other agencies that are dealing a lot with aquatics, had this real paradigm shift that if we acclimate young people to water, it's a whole lot easier to help them to learn how to swim. And so we went on a little bit of a change. There was a young lady, I want to say this happened in Ohio, but it's happened all over the country, that ended up falling in water over her head at a creek bed one day, and her dad and uncle and other friends were there, and she kind of went underneath the rebar in the concrete of a broken down bridge. And it wasn't until they heard her scream that the dad realized, he thought that they had lost her. And what she did was, when she fell in water, she used a technique that she learned at the YMCA, and that is, we call it just turning over on your back so that your face and your mouth is out of the water where you can breathe and call for help. And if you can get yourself in that position and your mouth and nose are out of the water, there's a good possibility you're going to survive. And so that went to a whole change of water acclimation and a few different things. So the Safety Around Water program, we call it SAW. American Red Cross had used the program, second grade swim program, and there have been other programs like this right here. But everybody's kind of turned to a water acclimation before you try to get to stroke development. Get there with a lot of young people, but it's so much easier when they're comfortable, and it's really amazing. It will tug on your heart when you watch these kids progress through safety around water. It is absolutely amazing. Basically, we're teaching kids that if they fall in the water or get pushed in the water over their head, how do they survive?
I'm Alicia Kellum, the Executive Manager here at Don Williamson Nissan. With recent health concerns, we wanted to share some ways to keep your vehicle clean. Disinfect all high-touch areas where there's most contact with bare skin, like the steering wheel, handles, lock buttons, seat belts and buckles, mirrors, radio dials, and climate control buttons. Sanitize your hands about every hour just to be safe, and listen to all the latest alerts from health officials. From all of us here at Don Williamson Nissan, stay safe. We're thinking of you.
As you can see, we are almost to the waterfall. We're getting really close. This has been a great little hike to do with a family, and we're excited to see the falls. So we're going to let you guys check out this next story, and we'll be back soon.
Something I can get you, Mr. Sokola?
It's Alex. And you're Cassie.
Kaylee Cuoco plays a fun-loving flight attendant with a drinking problem in the new HBO Max series, The Flight Attendant.
She meets a charming man named Alex on her flight, has a layover in Bangkok, has a wonderful romantic / insane night of drinking and sex and craziness, and wakes up next to this man who she really had the night of her life with, and he's dead.
The 8-episode series marks Cuoco's first return to TV since her role on The Big Bang Theory. The Flight Attendant is streaming on HBO Max. 2,000 iconic items are going on the auction block in Beverly Hills. Guitars from Eddie Van Halen, Kurt Cobain, and Jimi Hendrix are up for grabs. There's also a letter from Princess Diana, Michael Jackson's Silver Glove, Sean Connery's James Bond pistol from Dr. No, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's jacket from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. The Idols and Icons auction starts next week.
Happy birthday! Hey, I said my first words.
That jolly happy soul, Frosty the Snowman, kicks off a season of holiday specials on CBS tonight. The fun continues with Frosty Returns right after. Catch the back-to-back shows tonight on CBS. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Today. She's the Healthcare Program Coordinator for the North Carolina Coalition Against Domestic Violence. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Hi, Joanna. Thank you so much for having me. So the North Carolina Coalition Against Domestic Violence is a nonprofit statewide organization that works alongside our local partners to end domestic violence in our state and improve conditions and services for survivors of domestic violence.
That's incredible and very important work. How do corporate partners like Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina support your organization and all the organizations that you work with?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, we're a nonprofit organization, and so having especially financial support from partners like Blue Cross Blue Shield has really allowed us to continue the work that we do to help survivors. Particularly, we've worked with Blue Cross Blue Shield to do training and education in community health centers so that healthcare providers know how to talk to patients about domestic violence and understand the health impacts that it has. I would say for folks who are watching at home, check in on your friends and family who may really be struggling during this time or who may be more isolated, and just ask how things at home are going. Ask if they have enough to eat. Do they need someone to just take their kids for the day? And if you know someone who might potentially be experiencing abuse, let them know that you're there for them. If they need to call you, if they just need to talk, or if they're feeling unsafe, so that they know that they have someone.
Absolutely. You guys have a ton of information available online, resources, support, of course, places to make donations or even volunteer. Where can people find all of that information?
Yes, thank you. So our website is nccadv.org. So we have lots of information related to domestic violence and the pandemic. I would also encourage folks who need other types of assistance during this time to go to nc211.org.
Very important. Thank you again so much for all this information. And of course, we actually want to remind everyone out there of the important 24/7 National Domestic Violence Hotline. The number is going to be on your screen, so do call 1-800-799-7233 if you or someone you know needs help. Thank you again so much, Cassandra.
Get ready for big laughs because we've assembled the funniest sitcoms of all time for you, Blackish.
Where's Mom? The twins, Jack and Diane, always make me laugh, and Diane is so mean.
Now this priceless masterpiece is yours free.
If laughter is the best medicine, Eastern North Carolina CW is my doctor.
Act now and you'll also receive Bob's Burgers, absolutely free. This offer is not available in stores.
Hey Eastern North Carolina, I'm Alexa Kay with the Down East Wood Ducks, the baseball team in Kinston, North Carolina. And just because we don't have baseball right now, doesn't mean we can't give you guys a tour of the stadium. Let's go check it out. Well, we are at the first stop on our stadium tour, which is obviously the bullpen. This is where all of our pitchers are going to be warming up, and if they're a reliever, they're going to be hanging out over here while the game's going on, getting ready to be called in. Let's see what's next. Okay, the next stop on our tour is the Wood Ducks dugout, which is a crucial part of any baseball complex. Most fans would not get to see it, so we're just giving you guys a sneak peek. Here it is. And the next stop on our tour are the batting cages, which are pretty self-explanatory, but not everybody gets to see them, so we wanted to make sure that you got to. Next stop, let's go. Okay, the last stop on our tour is the Woody's Press Box. This is where our visiting and home broadcasters sit, and our PA guy, and a lot more important people up here. I spend a lot of time up here before games getting ready for the show that we put on for you guys, and we definitely wanted you all to have a sneak peek and a behind the scenes of the press box. So here you go. We miss you, we miss baseball, and go Wood Ducks.
Keep our local child care centers clean and safe with a donation to Martin Pitt Partnership for Children. Donate any spare cleaning supplies to our office today between 9 and 4. For more, visit mppfc.org or call 252-758-8885.
Now downloading 9 on Your Side News.
Krista Siner's journey began at Coastal Women's Shelter.
My abuser had put me down so much that I felt like I was dirt. I didn't feel worthy of living.
Fast forward 7 years, she's managing the Helping Hands Boutique and helping it relocate to New Bern.
If it was not for the Coastal Women's Shelter,
I honestly don't think I would be in here today.
This shelter is a safe haven for domestic violence victims. Services and programs help survivors live and move forward after physical, emotional, and mental abuse.
They are able to leave and take one more nugget of truth or one more option in terms of their safety plan.
But the Helping Hands Boutique is at the foreground of keeping these services going. Every item purchased in the thrift store helps fund the shelter.
So when survivors have needs like prescription costs or vehicle repairs,
the store also serves as a resource for survivors taking their next steps in life.
So whether they are transitioning from our shelter or they live in the community but may need clothes for their children.
The store's prime location in Newbern is set to raise awareness and get victims on the right track, like Signer, now married and living a healthy mindset.
I had a self-worth and it's like, this is it. I'm worth loving.
That's going to do it for today's episode of the East Daily Download. We have made it to the falls. We're enjoying this wonderful waterfall as a family. Very short hike to get up here, which is really nice having the baby with us. So we hope that you guys have had a wonderful day so far today. Have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you tomorrow here on the East Daily Download.
Tomorrow on the East Daily Download, we'll have a new Fashion Friday. And keep a lookout for Salute to the East. Plus, we'll take a look back at our Whirligig stage interviews and performances. That's tomorrow on the East Daily Download on Eastern North Carolina CW.